How's it going, guys? Trader Neil here, back at you with another crypto video. So today we're going to be talking about that crypto and Bitcoin crash that just happened overnight, where Bitcoin dumped sub $80,000. I'm going to tell you guys where I think the markets are going next and what I am personally doing and what I'm buying. Before I get started, I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel at Trader Neil if you haven't already. I know 50% of you out there aren't subscribed to my channel already, so it would mean so much to me if you guys could do that. And of course, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. If you guys would like to watch my last crypto crash video that I posted on Tuesday, I pretty much talked here about how if we couldn't see 85K held on Bitcoin on the daily, we would be having the potential to see $73,000 to $74,000 on Bitcoin next. And thus far, we've honestly gotten pretty damn close to that target. Right now, we are sitting at literally $78,000 as our current low of this downtrend, and I will show you guys where I think we could be going next. Before I get to the Bitcoin chart, guys, it would mean a lot to me if you guys checked out my link tree and clicked on it in the description below. I post all of my trades that I'm taking personally for both spot and leverage in both the Unity Academy and Champs Only Discord. I've got both of them in the description below in the link tree, just because Unity is more leverage and spot focus and Champs is more leverage and meme coin focus. So they've got a little bit of everything for you guys in both of them. And so I post my trades with stop losses, TPs, entries, all of the above. I honestly think you guys will get a lot out of it. I sniped the Solana bottom last night at $127, for example, and I put it in there. I said exactly what I was doing when I was taking it, and anyone who jumped in was able to join me in profit. So I think it's pretty cool if you guys want to check them out. And lastly, guys, before we talk about Bitcoin, if you guys want to trade BTC with me on Femex or Blofin, they're both crypto exchanges out there that you can sign up without any Know Your Customer KYC, as well as if you register on Femex specifically, you guys can get up to $8,800 in welcome rewards. So you can sign up, trade on there, and get free money just for trading. I think it's pretty cool. All right, guys, jumping into the video. Looking at Bitcoin here on the daily, as you guys can see, ever since we lost those range lows at 85K on BTC, like I mentioned in the video Tuesday, we ended up having an 8% or $7,400 move down on BTC. And since Sunday, where this distributive structure broke down on BTC, we've lost $18,000 of value from pretty much that level to our low from last night. So pretty destructive, let's say, move down on BTC. Not as much for altcoins, surprisingly. BTC has been hit a lot harder than alts, and I do think that's because altcoins tend to bottom first. And so looking at BTC here in general, guys, why did we bottom at 78K last night? Well, specifically, the one reason that I think we bottomed at 78K has to do with technical analysis. I'm a TA trader, guys, first and foremost, and of course, anything TA related, I'm going to tell you guys, like, that's going to be my bread and butter, essentially. And for me personally, I don't think any news came out, any catalyst, any bullish catalyst, anything like that. None of that is the reason why I think Bitcoin bottomed. Personally, if you take a fib pull from your 85K lows to your all-time highs on BTC, if I turn on my deviation pocket here, that is exactly where we saw a bounce on BTC at $78,000. And so for me personally, guys, my bullish and base case, my bullish scenario, maybe not so base case, but I'll tell you my bullish and bearish scenarios. My bullish scenario currently is to see BTC close the daily back above $85,000 or so. Because if we see that, we will be reclaiming our previous range low here at 85K. And I do think then you see the potential for BTC to come up to retest $90,000 to $93,000. Now, it's pretty much up to you guys, because for me personally, I would be looking to take a short at these levels between $90,000 and $93,000 if we got it, just because I would be wanting to hedge any of the plays and spot that I bought down here with at least a short up here in case we reject. So yeah, I would be looking to short at these levels. And like I said, guys, I think it's very, very possible we do see $91 to $93,000 for an underside retest if we get a daily close back above 85,300 or so. Now, do I think that that is the base case scenario, that we are going to reclaim that level and continue higher? For me, I'm about 50-50. I don't have like a, let's say, bias to where we are going to reclaim or not at the moment. I'm just going to play the reaction. And if we do see a reclaim of 85K, I will be expecting 90 to be retested. If not, then I do think we see a little lower on price. So where would I be looking for that little lower on price? Well, first off, I think everyone and their mother is looking for this level at $73,000 to $74,000 to be retested. That was your previous all-time high level. And my issue with this, guys, is I do think that while we could very well see that retested as support, I don't know if we would get such a clean retest where price action would come down, retest it, and then boom, immediately pump up from there and continue higher. I think that that is, let's say, just a bit of an optimistic scenario, and market makers on a coin like Bitcoin aren't going to give you perfect retests before higher prices, in my opinion. What I think will more than likely happen is if price action comes down to this level here on BTC at 73K, I think it honestly continues lower than that and starts to come down into this zone even more, probably to 67 to 65 before a real bounce. Besides that, I got a couple other factors that to me look like we could be in for a potential bottom. One being is that our CME gap here on Bitcoin nearly got filled last night. We pretty much came off of it for like a $500 to $1,000 move and barely missed filling the entire thing. So if you were to ask me what is the bearish case scenario before another bounce, I think we reject 85,200 or so first and foremost, come down for another low, and fill the CME gap fully and potentially retest the 200 moving average here. I would really like to see that scenario, just because if we get that retest of the 200 and front run the 74K level of support here, and then form a potential bottom before 90K, I think that would be a perfect, let's say, bull and bear trap. So something like this where you see a move down to that level, retest 90K, and then maybe lower would not surprise me. And then if we do break below these moving averages, like I said, I do think you start to see between $68,000 and $66,000. One more reason, though, that I think we bounce at these levels rather than come all the way down into this range is the weekly on Bitcoin. And specifically, I'm talking about the weekly on this higher time frame Bitcoin chart. So I pulled up the Bitcoin index chart here, guys. This is pretty much the chart out there that has the most data for Bitcoin. If you scroll back, this thing has data all the way back to literally 2009 on BTC, October of 2009. So this has all the data, and this is why I would want to use a chart like this to help me with a higher time frame moving average, because of course I want my moving average to have all the data possible in it. And so looking at things right now on BTC on the weekly, the way that I am looking to find a potential bottom in continuation of the bull market is a tap of this moving average here. So this right here is what's called the 50 weekly moving average. Right now it is sitting just above really previous all-time highs. And so seeing Bitcoin come down and retest that before higher would be, to me, it wouldn't be super surprising. The reason this moving average is so important is because if you look at previous bull markets on Bitcoin, that is exactly where you want to see bounces before continuation. And so a really good example is back here in 2021, where Bitcoin came down, retested the weekly 50 before higher, came down one more time to retest it before another move up. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would want to see here now too. You also saw the weekly 50 lost right here in February of 2022 before the bear market and before we went down in price. It wasn't until that weekly 50 moving average was reclaimed here in 2023 before we saw price action push again for our current bull market we're seeing now. And then even last summer, guys, we retested the 50 moving average 1 and 2 times before we continued higher. And so I would pretty much want to see the same thing happen now on BTC if we came down to retest it before higher, but then did not lose it on the weekly, as in don't close a weekly candle below the 50 moving average. I think we still see another high on BTC. If the weekly 50 here is lost, then unfortunately, guys, I think it is very likely we come down and see the weekly 200 moving average down here at the very least again. And so definitely keep that possibility in mind. If you were to ask me like my base case scenario for a bear market, I would tell you that I would be looking for $29,000 to $30,000 to be retested again before a move up. That's pretty much what I would be looking at for a potential bear market. And that's like, to me, like worst case scenario. I think retesting lower prices than this is not the likely thing to happen if you want to see Bitcoin continue higher over time. And so that's pretty much my thoughts on BTC, guys. I think that if we reclaim, like I mentioned earlier, if we reclaim range lows at 85,200, we probably see higher prices in the short term for Bitcoin, at least 90K or so. If not, if we start to reject here, then I think Bitcoin comes and completely fills that CMA gap down to 77K. All right. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking for BTC. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys stayed till the end of the video, I want you to put in the comment section below Bitcoin. I honestly think that right now this is a Bitcoin market, and Bitcoin crashing makes me want to buy more BTC. And so that's pretty much where I'm sitting at with things, and I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Trader Neil signing out. Definitely like this video. If you haven't already, guys, subscribe to my channel at Trader Neil. And I'll catch you guys for another video very, very soon. All right, guys. Peace.